arm off to keep our troops safe. For the mother's biggest fear is not a war in Iraq, but the streets in which she lives. Something wrong with that picture. Let me, because I know you've been waiting patiently. Can you do it? Your name and city residence for the record.
My name is Catherine McCullough. My city is the city of Lake Forest. And first of all, I have a great respect for all officers, firemen, and anyone that is commissioned, licensed, or prayed for to help us. And as Mike Corona knows, our sheriff, I come to his office periodically, and we pray. We pray for this county. He also knows that myself and a couple other ladies are idiots that go around praying over cop cars, that they be safe and they don't get killed. But I also walk through neighborhoods and pray for the people to be safe. And today is a day that I've been in Orange County. First came here in 1960 with my husband, 3-time Vietnam vet, and he says, "This is where we're going to leave." I said, "No, I'm not." But we came back in '69, and I said, okay. And I heard about Orange County even when I lived in the Midwest. I originally came to California in 1960. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And some of you may be able to identify when I had to sit at the back of the bus. If I was at the counter getting served, I had to stop and let the lady next to me that may happen to be white or appeared white get waited on first. And I may be there a long time. Sometimes so long my mother came to see what her child was doing so long. And I thought all of those days were over, but I did have a fear of moving to Orange County because I heard it's still here. And yes, I'm an elected official, and like my colleague said, I have a badge too. It took me 2.5 months to get this badge, when all other electeds get it the day they're sworn in. I had to threaten to go to the press. Now I grant you, I could have taken, and with the former chief of police, or the former sheriff, he was a friend of mine over 25 years. But I didn't feel I needed to go that route. It's called discrimination. It's called you are bringing your baggage to work. It's not just in the police department. Go to the grocery store. Go wherever. And it's not just among blacks. For some reason, because I'm an elected official, I get calls from all different nationalities and or whites that are not been empowered. Kathy, help me with this. I cannot do that. I'm not the sheriff, I'm not the judge. But you need to do this. Getting familiar with your chief of police and the officers in your area is some help. The man that has the son, I tell everybody, get to know your officer, get to know your chief. Don't let one or two or even more take and dampen you and have the fear that we have. I raised 4 sons and tons of foster sons and 1 daughter here in this county. And the statements that I hear, I had jotted down some things that I was going to speak, but most of them was already been said. Out of my 5 personal children, including my daughter that a warrant was put out for her arrest for riding her brother on her bike right here. All 5 of my children has been profiled at some time or other. Even little kids make them lay down on the ground as little white children laughed as the cops did. Fortunately, I just got out of surgery. I got in my car. I drove down, and I don't recommend this to anyone. I cut off their car. Brad Hayes could probably tell you about it, or Doug Storm, one of them. And I lined all my little 5 babies up there. And at that time, I only had 1 white foster child. I said, "Peace of mind. Don't ever do that to them again." I've raised my children and my grandchildren to respect people of authority. Whether it's their teacher at school, whether it's a sheriff, whether it's a police, whether it's a fireman, people of authority. Anyone that know me, they know I'm kind of crazy. Because once a week, I wear red, white, and blue to remember I live in America, and we're free, and we're all subject to the same laws, rules, and everything else. The things that I'm concerned about. There's nothing that I can add as far as the stories. My friend here, Councilwoman Rudolph, she go around with me. I said, no, you're not going. She was coming. I didn't even know. I said, no, we go together. What I am here for is because I didn't want to hear all these stories because I know 99.99% of them is true, plus others that's not here to speak. I can give you a whole list just out of my family. I have every one of my children, and my 82-year-old mother has been stopped. Yes, no arrest, no ticket. She's been stopped 3 or 4 times. Now, I've been trailed and attempted to stop, but when they run my place, they know who I am, so they bid her off. But I'm telling you that we have several commissions. Rusty, you've done a good job. And now we have other commissions. I'm here to say there's a defect in our training. Because you cannot make people change their mindset. But there's a little glitch in our training. I feel we have some of the best officers around. But I do feel that there needs to be some further training. When an officer stands and talks to most of the African Americans in this county is highly intelligent, as you heard. And even the ones that's don't have the degrees, they have the intelligence. And they're glad to be here. When I can take and observe an officer talking slang, yo brother, and stuff of that, and then I track and I find out that's in their training. That's supposed to get familiar. The average wife that's here, they will tell you, don't talk no yo brother, don't call me your sister. My mother only has one child. So that's something we need to stop. There's something we need to stop. When you automatically ask me, am I on drugs or alcohol? It's offensive to me. As a Christian, it tells me, don't ever offend. And if I do, I have to go and apologize and make it right. As an officer, so a lot what you hear, yes, it's scary, but you haven't studied this culture and some of the other cultures enough. You need to get more of the everyday people on some groups that help you understand the culture. I don't believe that all this is what we need to do this. But listen, I had a big argument with my best girlfriend and a cab driver because they didn't understand the culture and what they see on TV, they felt that is us. And the only way I got them to back off, I said, okay, then what I see as far as when I moved to this county, the KK, the Burke Society, the Skinhead, that's what you were all about? And they had to stop and think. They're missing the culture. That's all I'm saying. We are missing understanding the culture. Whoever is giving you the training on the culture, even if they're black, doesn't mean they have it right. Because they're missing. You got fear, or we have to teach our children, don't do this, don't do that. There is fear. And if this county is not ruled by fear, we got a heck of a lot of good officers here. They're good people. And if somebody has not had the training for each one of the cultures, get the sampling from that culture and say, hey, we got people with this professional training, but the citizens are saying we're missing something. We should not have fear. Thank you.